Mm, 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 mm. Okay, okay. So, let's see then. So we are gonna see reverse Sicilian c4e5 in this, and we will try to see. We will try to analyze the whole position a little bit for us. Let me adjust it first. Yeah. So basically, this is the position c4 and e5. Okay, we are trying to go a little bit deeper in terms of this. You can join this discussion with me with your own questions. I'm not really saying that I'm an expert in this, but my ratings is roughly 850 in the bits and also the roughly the same in the rapid as well. So I am not excessively qualified to talk about it, but it's not as if that I can't really just even talk about it. Okay, so let's just start. For E5, what are the things that I can at least see while being at my own ratings? I already know that this becomes a problem if it comes here. So because then you will have to go back here and then it can take. So that's an issue. The English opening we have played basically C4. Why we have played? The general principle is obvious. The general principle is that we should take control of the center, correct? We are not doing that. We are English opening is basically a flank opening, and we are taking control of the center from the side. What we are basically saying is that we are preventing the d5 to take place. Although it's not as if that it can't be done, like although let's go for the c4 e5, but it's not as if that we are totally preventing it. If it is played, we can play for this. Most likely the queen will take it. We will go for this. The individual most likely will go for here for the Scandinavian. So that is Anglo-Scandinavian. That is c4 d5. Correct. c4 d5 is Anglo-Scandinavian. So that's a different line. And then he might play for like, sorry, server chance. He might play for this. We will go like this and then we will build in this way. Okay, so that's different matter. In this, we are going to focus on the reverse Sicilian because generally these two pawns are played the most. Again, any responses in general. So d4 and e5 are the general responses. So these are the two things that you're going to face the most. But even in that, just because this pawn is there, so naturally you hesitate a little bit to go in that direction. So that's why the most thing that you will face is the c4 e5. Correct? And that is what we are trying to discuss here. This much was there that why is it that you are gonna face the c4 and e5 the most. I can also tell you from my own experience as well that this is something that I face the most when I play the English opening. Now having said that, I mean apart from the natural experience, I have already told you that what exactly is the reason behind that as well. So let's try to go a little bit deeper in that. My s- Earlier I used to play this and this and this and then this and this, basically largely Botvinnik system. But of late, I have been watching some videos. Obviously, I'm not really able to remember his name. There was someone's called Tom Holt or something like that. He was basically playing straight with this, developing this G2 bishop as early as possible. Generally, one line you will face a lot, which is very clear. It is this scholar's mate, which is possible in the English opening. You still go for this, he might go for this, and then the most one line that I used to play before is like this. If I go for this, if it goes for this, then I already know that he's gonna go for this most likely. So I go for this. Sorry, go for this, and if he goes for this, I just go for this. But one very interesting line is present here. After you go for this, that black will play this. While you will not find it most of the time, but you will find it certainly some of the time. This he will go like this, okay, which is actually not very good because then you can take, he will take, then this rook is not threatened, correct? But if black chooses to go for this, getting, then you can't take. In a sense, you can't take. I mean, if you take, it's not an issue as such because, um, how to say so, mm, can be done. Second, yeah. So, if you take, then obviously black will take straight away. If not this, then what you can do is that you can also go for this as well, and then he can go for maybe this. I'm not really able to see exactly that what we can do. Not really remembering it a line right now actually. If I take, he takes, and then somehow goes like this, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Let's say I go here. Let's say just for the sake of it. Hmm. Then obviously he will take it again. So that's okay. I can't actually take it. It was largely involving this attack. Okay. So I'm not remembering, but let's leave. Let's not go in that direction. It's just that you need to know that if it is going here, then you will not be able to take it. Okay, because then he's gonna take it and then you're gonna have a hard time. You might go for this. He will take this, then you will probably have to go mm, somewhere like maybe you can go here as well. You will take back here again, or if not, you can also go here as well. You can still take. Um, mm, I can take. Yeah, he wants to. He can't just take now. So yeah, that was it. I guess probably. If he goes here, no problems. Give me check. He goes here, and then I take this. Yes, and he can't take much now, if I am not wrong. What do we do? Let's say if he chooses to go over here and take this one, and I will take this. He will take this. Mm, obviously, I will take the rook. He will take this. Mm, I can take this. Yeah, so that's what it is. So this is a very important line, yes. So let's say if we go for here, let's start it. Like if I go for this, and if you go for this, and if I go here and then he comes here, I can still go for this and then he might choose to come for this here. And if it goes chooses to go here, still actually I can take. Okay, although he can just take me, not much of a problem. But then he can take my rook. But if that happens, then I should go for this. It takes, I should just straight away go here. No problems. He might even choose to go for this as well, but then I will be taking this. He can choose to take this. I will take his rook. He can choose to go anywhere else. He can't go. Simple as that. He can just come here. In that case, take this. Why not? He can take this. He can simply take this as well. Then he can't take anything else. Then straight away check. Okay, that is not very good. Yeah, I can go where? No, I can take. Yeah. So it's not too much of a bad line as well. It's basically absolutely going for chaos in a sense. Not too bad. Then it means we can actually give it a try as well here. Like let's see whether the white is winning there or not. If it goes here, it basically see it does the bar does go very much low. Let's see what it chooses to do once we take that. Goes as low as that. Let's say if one chooses this, then it becomes decently high, but if not, then this is taken so low. Go here, not of a not much trouble. If we go here, again the bar is very low. Why is it so low? I don't get to see. Okay, so it is basically saying that something else should come here. Like let's say this. See, even if it is said, okay, you can straight away take this. So why is it saying so low? I'm not getting what can be done here actually. If it's taken, it is still it and the white is still increases. Maybe he's asking for this. No, this. What should I do? I'm not exactly. Maybe you should escape here. No. Develop other knight? No. Okay, I don't know. Let's leave that aside. Okay, let's take. Like if this is done, let's say he takes this. I take this. No problems. I'm say take. Recently winning. Not too bad either. Most likely, I think I can't go even here. Okay, let's go back. So c4, e5, and then you go for this. You go for this. You go here. Other choice we can also see is that this. Then obviously you can't go here because then you will be captured. So no problem. Generally, you develop. Okay, this develop. You can also go for this as well. They might go for castling. You can go here. In case they choose to go for this, you can just go here. Not much of a problem. If it comes here, you can take. They take. You can take here as well. Still, take. You take. They take. You take. They come. Not an issue. You can then go on playing for it. See? Now let's go back. In case they choose to go for, let's say if you do not really go here, while you know that if it is coming, then you are basically delayed. So that is actually a problem. So let's say you go there and choose to go here, here as well, and well, I don't know. I am feeling probably that I should um, play some of my own games. Let's see if I can find one of them. Used to play Caravana, etc. There. My games, any one of them? I have played. See, I have played many of them even in this position as well. Let's see what I've done. Someone vibing that I may have lost. This one. So what we have done in that, I have done in that position. Okay, that one I have basically won or lost. 0-1 result. I've lost now. So let's see. C4, C5. No, no, this one not. This one. This is a very recent game. Let's not go in that direction. Let's go back here. So this is it. The position is still equal. One can choose to go for here as well. What you do in that position? Obviously, they are trying to go for this one. In that process, generally, you can just go for this. Problem solved. Okay. Then how can they play? Mm, 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 mm. They will have to play something, obviously. They might go for this. So this bishop's development also become important. We are basically largely discussing about this bishop generally. Still, we have not discussed about this, and I mean this, and this. These three, and basically this pawn. These are the four pieces that we have been discussing largely. Like I will tell you again. Basically, the first piece that both of us have moved is c4 and e5. Because e5 has been played, we already know that this creates a problem once this knight is developed. It chooses to come here, and that certainly becomes a problem because we have not played the d3 yet, which is what we play in the king Indian defense as it goes here and goes here. We first of all start with the d3 itself, but we have played the c4. So we do really want to exploit it. Generally, I tend to develop this first, but as I have seen videos on other higher level that one should go for this one. Correct? Let's see what this pawn has done a little bit closely. Okay, first of all, it has opened up this loop, this place. This it has basically opened up the queen for sure. There is also one more variation, which is the chaos variation, in which the queen is open even on this line as well. But it also helps you for the d5 as well and those kind of stuff. So that is another thing we will certainly discuss with that as well. But right now we are just focusing on the c4 e5 generally. So it has opened up the queen, it has opened up the bishop. Something that is present in all the king in all the e5 openings, not just the reverse Sicilian. And this is going to be true for all the openings that are there. So just for a moment we play something else. Let's say we go for e4, they play for e5. Okay. Then just for the sake of seeing things that what are the things that are happening, just because we have taken the center, what has happened is that the development of this knight becomes very much easy. But what is problematic in that is that you will find that this bishop then doesn't really is very much active and doesn't really make much sense. Other than that, you have played this, so this bishop can be developed on this line as well. Like if someone goes for this, uh, Southern, no, yes, it's Southern. We can straight away go for here as well, or for the Giacomo, or for that matter the Rui Lopez as well. Or if not that, just we can go for this. He can go for the Petrov defense as well. Let's say we take, he can take, and in that it's actually a very famous line here, which is if we go here, and then obviously he can't take us, and we are basically threatening a mate here. Mhm. In case, let's say he chooses to go for this, what we can do. Mm, we can actually sack the rook. No, sorry, sorry, sorry. that he will take us basically. Um, what we can do actually? We obviously can't go here. We can't go here. We can't go here. We can go here though, or we can just come here. Yeah, in fact, we can just come here as well, isn't it? Why not? It tries to save itself. It's mate. Simple. But if not, then if it chooses, let's say, goes for this, then we are threatening it here. If we choose to go for this, we are going for this. If it is choosing here, we are taking the rook. Obviously, you can't even move. Mm, let's say if it chooses to go for this, I don't know. Although nothing is threatened and things like that. So in the Petrov, it is this one line I already know. So that is an issue. So you can see that basically this bishop is actually crucial asset for us, which we try to develop it here. So in the English opening, this I already know from my own experience as well, and generally because I have played it a lot, because this bishop is actually important. So now once we have seen this thing, that mm, uh, what exactly is taking place here with this e5. Now we understand it a lot more better. So c4, e5. Now we already know that one problem in our opening is that where we are going to focus on this bishop, because we have not opened with this one. So this bishop is basically blocked. So we will need a place. We will need to give it a certain place. Either we go straight away e5. So that is another matter that, and it's not just that, we have also, even if we open it up, this bishop is actually blocked on this diagonal because of this pawn itself. And we are planning to keep it there to protect d5 to happen. So in that sense, we are not going to allow it to happen. So it means that even if we open it up, the most that it is going to have is that this, or we will go for this. So it is going to be decently restricted because of this. Correct. And not just that, even say if we just play for this, what we are doing is that basically we are blocking this bishop a lot. So that's why naturally it becomes very good. We already know that this bishop is going to be developed here. If e5 is played, more often than not, more often than not, it is absolutely clear that this bishop is going to be developed on this diagonal. So that's why it makes much sense. And also just because of it being played, instead of this being played or this being played or anything else for that matter, what is happening is that you can see that this diagonal is basically open as well. Hana? This diagonal is actually decently open as well, so it makes much sense to waste one more move, or you can say waste one more tempo to go for here instead of developing any of your pieces like this or this. You getting? Like we can also go for here as well. No problem if it goes here. We actually can't go here right now, then in case we will go here. And if in case this comes here, then we will have to take it and those kind of things. So that is another matter. So instead of, because generally you either develop a minor piece, you do not really want to waste too much time on your pawns itself. But it is very much clear just because of this position happening that this bishop is gonna face problems in terms of development, and ultimately you will want to develop it pieces, and ultimately it will take you this much amount of time to develop it because it is going to be developed on this front. So it is better to develop it straight away because you are already looking at this square. Getting? In that sense, it's not that much of a trouble if you even though you are basically developing just minor pieces, but even by your minor pieces, you are basically actually controlling this square, which is actually central square. Something that you will achieve with this knight as well, but then you can't play c4. So it becomes a liability for you. So even though you have actually played a pawn, but you are actually controlling in a sense. Getting? So yeah, that's that. Other than that, in case it comes, we again obviously we want to then develop our pieces. So we go for this. In case it comes here, we can simply just go for this as well, no problems. Or we can even go for this. If it chooses to come, then we obviously can't go here, so that will be a problem. We can go here, that is another matter. Or we can go here, then in case it can be taken, no problems at all. So in that sense, to protect us from the scholar's mate, it is better to go for this. Although in the process we are blocking this a lot. Or yeah, I say yeah, nothing else. Or we may go for this, chooses to come, then we'll have to go for this. But then the situation also demands that if it is played, then what we'll have to do? Should we play this or not? Let's say if we play this, and then if this is played, then we can play d3. Okay, so we will discuss about it, but we have seen now that why is it important to play c4, e5, and then g2. So at least this much we have seen, and how we have seen was very much instructive as well. We tried to play something else. So um, let's say if this bishop comes here, correct, and we are trying to find the answer of a scholar's mate. So in the same way, if this is here, like let's say if we have played this and this, and what? Hmm. So if we have gone for this, he has gone for this, and then obviously we would like to go for this because this is not threatened. Let's say if you go for this, and if he goes for this, there is no scholar's mate possible. Correct. So, scholars made possibility becomes decently possible because we have played c4 and he has played 5 because we have actually not taken the center. So, in the English opening, it becomes very much important to understand that we have not taken the center. We are allowing this pawn to come on this file. This needs to be always kept in mind, and the challenges that come because we are allowing it to happen come here and here. So a certain amount of challenges are certainly posed because of we allowing this, or we will obviously then go for this. But then in that process, we are then basically blocking our bishop's path itself. So that's another matter. That's another matter. That's totally another matter. Or we can just go for this. Even then, we are threatened with this one. So these are the problems we will try to solve and address and understand a lot more deeper. Somehow, in that sense, it also becomes very much instructive that if we are trying to understand the c4 e5, probably e4, sorry, e4 e5 and Petrov defense or e4 e5 openings are also very much helpful.